enjoy cooking with you tremendously. And I want to remind you the reasons for which we gather here are not to create new recipes. The purpose of all these videos is to encourage you to start cooking again. I would love to see America in the kitchen again. I would love to see that average American family serves a homemade meals, and in the process that we help our children and our country heal down the road. And if you're wondering why does that matter to me? Well, few things in life matter to me as much as seeing children grow up healthy. And I realized that without healthy families, we can't have healthy children. And without healthy children, we can't have a really healthy future for this country. So to do greater good down the road, I realized the most important thing right now is to gather back at home and to reinforce the structure of the family. And one way to do it is to start cooking again. Cooking will provide not just a good nutrition for your children and yourself, but also a very nurturing time that families today need very much. So I cook, not because I'm an exceptional chef. I cook simply because I care. And this is my way of giving back to my community. So throughout all these little videos and throughout our future program that we're just working currently on, I hope that somehow I will be able to reach you with my message, and through it all encourage you to start cooking again, to start taking better care of yourself and your children. Okay, enough of talking, let's get back to the cooking part. And today I'm making a very simple chili that's very nutritious, and it's sure enough to please children and grown-ups. All this beautiful and nutritious food. Out of it, we're going to create a dish that will be heartwarming. So when is the last time you made a good chili? Well, if you haven't made one for a long time, we'll make one together today. And if you have never made one before, this recipe is simple enough that you too can do it. Preheat a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Chop 1 medium to large onion. Okay. We're gonna fry onions and celery first. Okay, onions are kind of key ingredient in a good chili. At least it is for me. I love the taste of onions. To heated oil, add onions, and while onions cook, we're going to go and cut some celery. I'm going to cut celery into big chunks. This way, chili will have a little bit more texture. So, bigger pieces like this. To half cooked onions, add celery. Allow onions and celery to cook until they pick up a golden brown color. We're looking great here. And now I'm going to start adding spices. Okay, let's go with half a teaspoon of chili powder. The reason why I'm adding spices now is they will release some of their flavors better together with onions while they're frying. So we did a half a teaspoon of chili powder. Also, we're going to add half a teaspoon of cumin. Now you see these half a teaspoons, they're not exactly level, so probably there's a little bit more than a half a teaspoon. But in the video, you will have opportunity to see how much extra there is. All right, we're going to let this fry a little bit longer. I'll go grab a little bit of garlic and some black pepper. A 1/4 teaspoon of granulated garlic. And I'm using granulated garlic only because I do not have a fresh garlic in our house, which is amazing. It was really funny actually this morning to realize there were no fresh garlic in our house. And if anything, my house should be called the garlic house. But if you have a fresh garlic, I would recommend you using about 2 to 3 cloves of fresh garlic. Here comes black pepper, and I have a level half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to give a few seconds to all these spices to work together, and then I'm going to go and add turkey. ground turkey. And here we go with the package of ground turkey. The weight, I think it's about a couple of pounds per package. So we're gonna let turkey fry for a little bit. Turkey's cooking. I just want to tell you a couple of things about these beans. I have purposely chosen 3 different kinds of beans. This is plain black beans, this is baby butter beans, and pinto beans. 16 ounces of black beans and baby butter beans, and 40 ounces of pinto beans. And while the food is cooking, always work around the kitchen, cleaning up in between the phases of cooking. You should definitely cut the cleaning time once you're done with preparing your meal. Allow turkey to cook properly because we want the turkey meat to separate as it is. As you see, it's looking all crumbled, which is good. So we have a chili pepper and cumin in there. I'm going to add a teaspoon of a taco seasoning. Next is 6 ounces of tomato paste. In addition to tomato paste, we're going to add a little bit of diced tomatoes. One can or about 15 ounces of diced tomatoes. Mix it well. And we're going to allow this to cook for about 3 or 4 minutes before we gradually add beans. We're looking really good. It's time to add beans. Such a fun dish to make. Okay, then we go with baby butter beans. And pinto beans. Now, once they heat up a dish really well, I'm going to reduce the temperature, simmer, and allow this to cook probably another half an hour or maybe a little bit longer. In this case, I want to preserve the chunkiness in this dish, and the flavor of it will be really mild. So as you prepare this dish, taste it. See if you would like to add a little bit more chili pepper, or if you would like to add more salt or any other spices. My grandmother was really strict about wasting food, so I'm just rinsing the dish from tomato paste, which is adding about maybe a quarter to half a cup of fluids, additional fluids to the dish. And now we're just going to let everything simmer and come together. I love this sound. It's one of the best sounds you can have in your house on a rainy day. It's really simmered. I have lost some of the fluids, and I decided to add a little bit more of water. You can add chicken broth, it would be even better. And so I think I'm adding about half a cup of water. I just want a little bit more fluids in there. And we've been cooking it for additional 15 minutes. We're gonna let the dish heat up once again, and I think we're done. I hope you will find this recipe to be as easy and delicious as I think it is. I want to thank you for watching today. I want to thank you for watching our other videos, and for those of you who have subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate your comments and your suggestions. For those of you who are watching us for the first time, consider joining. I promise you some fun and easy recipes, and I hope that in the process of sharing these recipes with you, I can encourage you to start cooking again. It would be wonderful if we could pass some basic good cooking skills to our children. I think the future will change in so many ways. Final product. Now we're going to put this good food to test and see if children would like it as much as I did.
Let's see if it tastes as good as...
Alright, let's see. Well, some people say that there is kids' food and there is a grown-up food. I believe there's only a good food. So, do you like it? Good? Very good.
Judges agreed.
What did you say?
Judges agreed.
Judges agree. Good enough. Alright.
Oh, God.